Guys, I just had the most stressful flight of my life. So I got up at 4 a.m. for my flight from Lima to Mexico City at 7. I got off the flight at like 12, and my flight to LA was supposed to be at 3:30. But customs took like super long, so I got out and I still had like a good hour before like I even needed to check in for my flight. And then it said my flight was delayed to 4:30 instead. So I was like, okay, I should probably go around 3:30 or 4:30, like an hour before my flight leaves. So I went at that time, and then they were like, oh, you can't go in yet, something something something. And like a lot of it wasn't like broken English and Spanish, so it was like, I guess it was like my bad because I don't freaking speak Spanish, but they were definitely telling me to wait. So I waited, and like at 15-minute intervals I like would go back and ask, and then they would say the same thing. And then like at 4:15 I was like, damn, like my flight is at 4:30, like what is going on? And then they were like, your flight already left. I was like, what the fuck, like what the fuck? And then they were telling me it left at 3:30 and that there was no delay. So like, why did the thing say there was a delay? Like I didn't see it wrong, the flight number was the same. So like by that time I was already like stressed out because my flight was gone. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I've just been waiting in lines and in the airport for so long and dehydrated. So I like talked to 2 other people, and then they told me to go to the ticketing office, so I did. And then they were like, okay, the next flight that you can go on is 6:20, but it's gonna cost you $600. I was like, I wanted to cry. I like started tearing up. I was like, I'm a student. I literally don't have $600 in my bank account right now. So the guy was like, okay, do talk to something something in this red vest. They're the manager, and maybe they can get you on the next flight without any fees. I was like, okay, thank you. And I was like walking over, like wanting to cry. And in line, people kept cutting because I don't know. And everything was terrible. And it had already been 30 minutes since the flight had left, or since they told me the flight had left. And then it also took me like so long to find the lady in the red vest. There are ladies in red vests everywhere, and I kept asking if they were the manager, and they said they weren't, and to go look somewhere else. Guys, don't fly Aeromexico. The customer service is ass. Anyway, I was finally in line, and then the lady in front of me, she and her business person, like they were on a business trip, but they were in like a similar situation, and I looked so pitiful. Like I kept closing my eyes because I started crying, and then I was like trying to like do this thing. So she offered for her friend to translate for me, and like they basically took care of me like the whole time until I got my boarding pass for the next flight. And we were basically shuttled around like 3 different times, but finally like they said like they would take care of it, and then we all got our final boarding passes. And the whole process took like an hour and a half to get new boarding passes. But I was like so thankful. They were so nice, and I like went from being on the verge of tears to like laughing with them because the lady was so friendly and so nice. And oh my god, what would I have done without them? I thought I was gonna have to sleep in Mexico City tonight in the airport. Anyway, I got my new boarding pass, and the flight that was supposed to be at 3:30 is now at 8:30. So I'll have been up for like 20 hours by the time I get home. Man, I thought I was gonna get home at 5 p.m. LA time, take a nice nap, take a bath, do my nails, do my hair, give myself a facial. But now I'm getting back to Irvine at like 11 p.m. Thanks, Aeromexico. But I'm very thankful that I met those 2 people. Like they saved my life. And I guess this was a growing experience, I guess. Also, an upside of the day was that I ate a creme brulee Krispy Kreme donut, and that was really cool. Okay, bye.